Wow, that started already. Hold up. I'll make sure that's off. Holy cow. Hi, friends. I put the phone in the holder there and it clicked. Is it doing the right? Yeah, I guess it's done correctly. Okay. I guess I could start it over, but why start over now, right? We're started. We're on the go. Oh, this is kind of my second go around. How are you guys doing today? Can you believe it's the last Saturday of the month already? Crazy, 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 right? My name is Brenda. Some people call me Mama B. Some, say Mama B Diamond Drillin'. Mostly people either call me Mama B or Brenda. Or like we talked about last time. Yeah, if you want to hear all the names. Yeah, feel free to watch my last one. But anyway, if you are subscribed to my channel, oh my goodness, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Can you see what I'm working on even? I really wanted to do WIP and chat before Christmas in July was over. And the way my internet has been working, it might take 3 days to upload. So anyway, if you've subscribed, my gosh, thank you so much. And I love you guys. And if you haven't subscribed and you like something quirky, I'm quirky. You can ask anybody. I'm a weird one. No, if you like what you see and you want to be a part of our, group here, feel free, subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. Anybody can feel free to leave a comment. Just try to be nice. Oh, I have a drill in there. That's why it's not working very well. That works better, huh? Okay, I think I am going to bring this back down just a little bit. So, WIP and chat. If you happen to be new to the diamond painting community, a WIP is a work in progress, and we call WIP and chats when I work on one of my WIPs, which is a Christmas in July WIP, which is Gingerbread House by Gina Jane. And you can work on whatever you want to work on. If you have a craft, if you have to do housework, if you've got me in your ear and you run into town, yeah, that's what a WIP and chat is all about. And and for you to leave comments down below in the comment section. So it's kind of like we're chit-chatting. Yeah, like we're having our own little conversation. So, you guys have anything good planned this weekend? I can't believe Brittany and I forgot it was Fair Week. And it's done today. We always go and get cactus taters. I don't know if cactus taters are just like a Northeast thing, or even if it's just a Pennsylvania thing. I don't know, but what they are is like a spiraled potato that's deep fried, and they put it in like a French fry holder with a big plastic bag around it. Then you take I love it because our fair is dairy themed. Because we live in dairy country. Why wouldn't it be dairy themed, right? But they have the ketchup in like an udder, and you squirt it down like you're milking a cow. That's how you get your ketchup out. The vinegar is in a regular vinegar container. You just splash it around there. How many of you eat vinegar on your French fries? The only time I do is at the fair, because that is the first time I had it. I think we were on a vacation when I was young, and Mom always got French fries, and she always put ketchup and vinegar on them. And I was like, oh, no, 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 honey. That's so nasty. And she convinced me one day to just try it. Good, but the thing of it is, if I eat French fries, if I fix French fries at home, I don't it doesn't taste the same. Is there any food that you will eat out, but you don't necessarily eat it the same way or eat it at home? Yep. French fries, I'm like, what is it? Is it you got different vinegar or something? You know, vinegar's pretty basic. Ketchup is pretty basic, sort of. I like my Heinz ketchup. Yeah, I do. So, yeah. And we always like to look at I've got a really nice, Indians make them, it's like a wraparound, but it's not, it's like a poncho, I guess. It would be a good way to call it. A good thing to call it. And, oops. Earthquake. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'll go slower. I can't go much slower. So, where was I? Oh, I'm doing these. We like to look at the Indian jewelry and, of course, any crystals that might be there. One day, Brittany and I are going to be organized enough. I wonder if it's like having a baby. You know, if you wait until it's the right time, it's never going to happen. But we want to take our bracelets and cover minders on the road. Oops. And, you know, hit flea markets and fairs and such. You know, but you've got to be prepared. We've got to get a new car. We've got to have, you've got to have the materials to be able to set up. If you have to have your own tent, you know, fans. Because usually if it's a fair, it's going to be outside, and it's usually in the summertime. So, anyway, wow. I don't even know how... Oh, the Troy Fair. Yep, forgot about that. It is still going on tonight, but we're supposed to have thunderstorms, and the heat is ungodly. And Brittany about took the tip end of her pointer finger off with her box cutter Wednesday night. Tried to get her to go to the ER, and, you know, when you get the insurance you can afford, we don't even want to get started on insurance, do we? So, yeah, but you know what? Thank God she's got grit. I could never, I would probably hurt her anyways. I was one of those mothers that you go to help your daughter, you know, she's falling, go grab her, catch her, and I ended up pushing her every time. Finally, she was like, Mommy, just let me go, all right? It's okay. You don't have to push me. I'd be bawling. I didn't mean to push you, honey. So, anyway, okay, let's get back to Christmas in July. This is the last Saturday, and I really, even if it was just a short WIP and chat, I just really wanted to touch base with all you guys, and if you participated in the event, thank you. Thank you very, very much. I had fun. You know, you guys are what make it fun. You know, seeing all the progress on the Facebook page, seeing everything you've worked on. Oh my goodness. Knitting. Anytime I ever tried to knit, you know, the purl one, crochet two, or whatever, I'm getting pretty, one of these days I'm going to do a yarn video. Don't think, guys. Yes, I know how to do the V-stitch, but we're not talking about that right now. No, but I would, you know, you've got your two long needles, and somehow you get the yarn on there with little loop-de-loops. I would always have a yarn in the middle of my two yarn hooks they're about a mile apart from each other. So I'm going like this, and my mammy, she would say, Brenda dear, what are you doing? You know, she's my Grammy. And I'm like, Mammy, I'm trying. And she's like, no, baby, you gotta, you know, you got to keep your string little in here. You got to keep your whatever you call them, tight. I'm like, oh, I'll try again. Okay. And she's over there knit, purl, crochet too. Whatever you do with those. Yeah, 2 knit needles. Purl 1. What is that other word, you guys? WIP, denene? No, that's not it. Can't think of it. Moving on. So, yeah, I was counting up to see how many days. If you watched my last video, I asked you guys to put an estimate of how much you think I would get done. If you think I'd get the whole thing done, part of it done, I was going to make a poll, right? Was gonna. And unless you have 500 subscribers, you can't make a poll. So I just, you know, I think, what did I do? I don't even remember what I did. But anyway, yeah, to see how far you think I would get. I mean, granted, I did spend 4 days in the hospital. Brittany wouldn't let me take my diamond painting this time. She's like, it's too much to carry, and you're supposed to be there with your legs up, not worrying about what your drills are doing. So I took my yarn and crochet needle and the new backpack that I have, and that worked out amazing. And I will show you guys what I'm working on. And I'd better be working on something with all the yarn I purchased. You know, yarn isn't like what it used to be when I was younger. Yarn is really nice now. Yes, something happened. It's soft. It's not scratchy. Right? Just like the way diamond paintings have evolved. It's just, especially with diamond painting and how it's transformed in the past few years. Crazy, crazykins. I did have release papers on this from Crafts with Crashly, Crafts by Crashly. They're the only, I've never really tried any other release papers, so I can't say, you know, but my motto is, if it's not broke, why fix it? I love their, I'll show you. I had the kitties, because I think I got these because I have so many kitty Christmases. And then this kind, oops, yeah, love them. I've had them on, had them off, and look, sticky is still real. And then I just put them over here in the first part of my crafting tray. Well, it's not really a tray, it's mobile, it's on wheels, it is a cart. Thank you. Words not be wording sometimes. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about with you guys other than thanking you for participating. I think we had a great turnout. And I'm really happy that Mindy allowed me to co-host. It was great fun. I really wanted to go live, but it just didn't work out that way. And sadly, I am still not. I was going to ask her, you know, if she wanted some company tonight, you know, to let me know. But then I had a tired streak come over me, and the internet isn't working right. It's on, it's off, it's on, off. And I called the internet provider, and I was like, hey, you know, what's up here? Yeah, you want my $103 the beginning of every month. And if I don't have that, I don't have internet, right? Well, they're monitoring it. I said, well, could you leave a little note for them to monitor a little bit quicker? You know, I said, I use the internet for things. It takes 3 days to upload a half an hour video. I don't know if it starts over again or what, but every time it pops up. Or if you're in the middle of a good, you know, Vinny recap of a trial, or a recap by Jenni, you know, Oh Snap Crafters Café and the Crime Cafe. I'll be in the middle of a replay on hers, and the TV will go off. Or the phone, or the light pad, not the light pad. Yeah, I'm like, what the hey, guys? I don't know, I think they're tearing the apartment down next door. Sorry if you hear them. Oh my gosh, I got a ticket yesterday morning. Yeah, 8:30 in the morning. Of course, I was still awake, right? And I was like, hey, I look out my window and there's this police officer out there. And granted, I didn't argue with him because I was parked illegally. And I was like, I know it's not an excuse. I said, but I'm handicapped. And I said, all the front rows are taken in our parking lot. It's just easier sometimes for me to walk across the street. And it's been so ungodly hot. He's like, well, I already had one person towed, and the person next to you is also getting a ticket. So how would that look if I didn't give you one? I said, you are absolutely correct. I was just trying to explain, you know, I don't always have the car. It's my daughter's in my car. And, you know, little does he know that I know who he is. He doesn't know who I am. I have stories about him from my daughter that I'm sure he would say, oh no, that your daughter must be remembering incorrectly. No, I remember the stories because I would go and pick her up. That was one of my theories when Brittany was young. I wasn't going to keep her. My mom didn't keep me from doing what I wasn't supposed to do in high school when I was in my teens. I knew, and Brittany's more stubborn than I was, whatever. So I told her, I said, if you choose to drink and you have happened to drive, or, you know, if things are getting out of hand, I said, you call me immediately. I said, I will be there to pick you up. And, you know, sure enough, she was at this party, and she was like, Mom, come get us. And I said, I will be right there. And I always made sure that I knew how to get to where she was. Some people wouldn't agree with that. Some people would agree with that. You know, to each their own. But that's just how she was going to do what she was going to do. And, you know, of course, my Casey, he was the same way. There were times Brittany would be all right, you know, she'd be having a good time. And Casey, well, not little, Casey's 6'2". Casey would be saying, Brittany, call Mama. Please call Mama. I gotta go home. And I would go. Brittany would stay, you coming. You know, I'll come back and get you if you want. Most of the time, she would come with Casey, but, so anyways, oh yeah, my ticket. So I no longer park across the street. I did manage to get the first parking spot in the parking lot over here. And the people in the last apartment were using that first parking spot. You know, I've gone to the neighbors before, and I'm like, listen, you know what? I've lived here 30 years. I'm old. You're young. You can walk better than I can. That's my parking spot. It's been my parking spot for 30 years, or 25 years or whatever. Well, there's not designated. I said, no, there's not, but I'm designating it. Thank you very much. You know, and they would always see my point of view with that. And if they didn't, well, you know what? That's pretty rude. Pretty rude indeed. So, all right, enough of that tangent. For those of you working on your ornaments for Christmas in July, now, is that something that you do every year? Have you done that with your family before? Is it something that you just find for your own pleasure? How does that work? I only, in my recollection, ever followed a pattern one time, and I made a Christmas mouse. And that was a long time ago. That was long before Brittany was born. And my cousin, she crochets like, oh, no business. She made an Afghan. We're back on crochet again. But you know what? In this event, you were allowed to do any craft you wanted as long as it had a Christmas theme to it. Excuse me, just a minute. I need to take a swip here, a sip. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So I had made a mouse. But I used to make, my friend had a slew of kids, and they were usually at my house. And at Christmas time, you know, if you didn't want mud and slush and whatever traipsed through your house all the time, you had to find inside things to do, right? Well, I went through and I tried to find some of my Christmas things that I never made it back to the Christmas storage. We used to make these little candy canes. I had these triangle, well, I guess they're 3-pronged plastic, whatever you call them, Juma head jiggers. And we used a pipe cleaner. Simple Simon for kids, right? But if you have a slew of colors to choose from and they're busy putting it on the, you know, I would get the first part started for them, you know, to wrap that around the first, there's something that's called that. I don't know. I don't remember the name of it. You know, and that would keep them busy for quite a while. And they'd always have something to say about who was making what. So, yeah, that was, and then I had these, I just hot glued little bows on and whatnot. So this is one thing we made. And then, of course, just your regular red and green sticks. I just called it what it was, pipe cleaners. And, you know, you twist, you make a candy cane, simple things like that. Anything with a hot glue gun, I would do the hot glue. And we used to find, this just happened to be another candy cane. I have a sled upstairs with her middle name on it, but I wasn't going to go up and get it because I'm lazy. We had found this at the mall one year, and my sister sent me this. I can't remember. I think she got Brittany one too. And we all know what that means. And the Grinch 2021 sucked. But Merry Christmas. She knows I love the Grinch. And I have my Grinch hat over. I'll go get my Grinch hat. Love my Grinch hat. Hold on just a second here. I gotta show you my Grinch hat. I was gonna wear it. I'm gonna stick a piece of fruit in my mouth. Hold on. Oh. Please excuse that. But I had to do it. One thing I like best about summer is the fruit stands and the fresh watermelon. I can't even remember. Oh, my sister. She got this for me last year. She got a Lilo one too. Not a Lilo. Stitch. Stitch. The blue dude. She thought Brittany liked the blue dude. I ended up with both. Okay. Let's see. I made a few notes. If you celebrated Christmas and exchanged gifts, even if you didn't exchange gifts, what was your favorite Christmas? Did you have a favorite Christmas? Was it when you were living at home? Was it after you started your own family? Was it after you know, if you happened to move out on your own? And I tried to think of mine. And That was one thing about our family. We had our issues, my stepdad and I. We would go rounds and rounds and rounds, to say the least. One thing about it, he always made Christmas special. I don't know if it was just for my sister and brother, you know, we never called each other half. We were always, she's my sister and he's my brother, even though he doesn't talk to me anymore. But still, he's my brother. I'm almost 11 years older than him. You know, there's a wide gap there, and you know, things that would happen at home, being 11 years younger, you don't understand. And that's where grudges come in. Anyway, not talking about that. It's Christmas time. And so what was your favorite? Do you have a favorite holiday? Maybe you can't stand Christmas, but you just like the Christmas. I don't know. I guess if you didn't like Christmas, why would you be doing Christmas in July? But I don't know. Everybody does things for certain reasons, right? Maybe it's a healing. Yeah, maybe it's therapeutic. You know, like there's weirder things. If it's therapeutic, baby, get her done. Get her done. These are from Art Dot. These right here. I like them. They're okay. But believe it or not, I really, really like diamond art clubs. I should have done an unboxing. I tried an unboxing the other night. Oh, ooh, it was bad. So bad I deleted it. What was I gonna say? Oh, I ordered another set of the pastel trays. Yeah, so even if, you know, I get tired, I can just look at them because they're so pretty and functional, right? Pretty yet functional. The next thing, I wonder if they'll ever evolve to putting the magnets on. Do you think? What do you guys think? Because that, Bijou Bliss have spoiled me. Because I'll find myself doing this. Yeah, yep, doing that. You know what I mean? Yep, doing that, doing this. Why? Why? It always sticks so nicely. There it goes. You just have to be smarter than the magnets. Right? And I still can't find my end. But these are 2s. Right? Wasn't I just using 2s? I poured 2s in something else. Oh, you guys. And wonder why it takes so long for me to do a canvas. These are the pregnant peoples. And I found more 2s right here, so I'll just fill those in. And then put this in the correct bottle. What a thought. Oh, you guys. I think that goes over here. I don't know. Wandering drills. Well, August is almost upon us. What are your plans? Are you going to do another event? Are you going to... I'm actually thinking about laying off the events until Christmas time, until December. And just work on the WIPs that I want to. Of course, I'll still follow along because it's too much fun not to. So what about you? Are you doing... I saw the advertisement or the event video for announcement for the Cheryl Baker event 2025. If I didn't have so many WIPs, and I love her work, I wish somebody would put the Gypsy Cat out again. I frogged around and hummed and hawed because it's so large. when Craftably had that on sale. They're going out of business sale. And I waited too long. Yep, and I decided I was going to get it. And you got it, guys, you folks, friends. I was too late, and I actually cried. I actually had crocodile tears. I did. Now that's when you love a painting. You know, I don't know, maybe I'll do that next time I decide to buy one. Is this a painting you're going to cry over if you don't get it? And if it's as a no, well then don't get it. Yeah, I purchased the train one. What am I going to do with the train one? Actually, I think I want to do that one and give it to my doctor's office to put it in the pediatrician or the pediatrics room. Because actually he transformed an old station, the train station. He purchased that, like, yeah, the train station, and turned it into a doctor's office. It's phenomenal to think people caught the train there. And the tracks are right up on the hill. The tracks are right there. It's just crazy. Crazy, crazy. So, what am I doing? Number 2? I'm doing number 2, you guys. Woo. All right. Wait. No, that's the pregnant lady. Okay. So, what was... Okay, any summer end of the year plans for the summer? Did you get everything done that you wanted to this summer? I mean, September... August is right here, you guys. How? Time just goes by. Bye, bye, bye. I don't hear you guys. I guess that's why you have Discord, right? So you can hear each other talk. And I want to learn Discord. Some people say it's easy. Some people say it's kind of a challenge at first. So... But yeah, I would love to learn this Discord to go into Jenni's. How many of you are doing August and Aug? Ditzy has it now, I guess. Ditzy and maybe Tammy. Tammy. Oh. Is it drilling with NMD? Trying to think. It's hard when you get to be me to think. So anyways, I almost think that Ditzy and Tam are doing it. Can't remember. Anyway, I have the big Wizard of Oz painting from Diamond Art Club, where they're walking down the yellow brick road, and you see Emerald City out there. I have the Bling Up package from Tima, and when that first came out, I had started that for the Wizard of Oz and Og event, and that's, I don't think I had been diamond painting very long, and didn't really understand that much about how big how the dimensions, until I started getting diamond paintings in, and I was like, wow, that's really large. So yeah, I would have to get those kitted up again, decide where the special drills will go, etc. Yep. And let me see, is there anything else? Anything you guys want to talk about? Huh? Tell me. What your WIP Did you want to, you know, make sure you leave a comment down below, okay? I don't think there's anything else that I really want to touch base on. You know, being nosy about what events you're going to do, if any, in August. And yeah, I guess that's it. Smashing the specials. I'm going to make some coasters for Brittany and Casey for Christmas. So I'm going to start on those. I'm going to keep working on this. If I get this finished, I still have the Craftly I want to finish for Brittany for Christmas as well. So I doubt that I'm going to get to my Oz and Og. Yeah, I doubt it. Miracles never cease though, right? Right. I need to figure out how to work on a larger canvas in a smaller area. Do you have any suggestions for that? I would be happy to hear them. Yeah, I would. Okay. I guess I am going to get going. I don't know how long I've yacked. Oh, about 36 minutes, 30 minutes. I can barely see the little counter. Huh, all right. Well, don't forget, you'll see this till after the fact, but Mindy's live is tonight. She's giving away her prize. I don't know if I can take a nap this afternoon where I know I'm not going to nod off in the middle of the live. Maybe I'll message her and see if she wants company. And then the grand prize will be given away on August 2nd, I believe. And yeah. What else? Okay, Mindy's giving away hers tonight. And what did Angie give? I don't know. The winner of week 1, please get in touch with me so I can get you your winnings from Bez Gems Crafted. You can message Angie or me. Yeah, if you message my regular email, which is BREN 5729 at Yahoo. If you wanted to do that, that would be fine too. But I just need to know who you are. So, well, I know who you are, so I can give you the code, the gift code, to go in and select something from Bez Gems Crafted. Brittany would knock me in the shin. And I've already gotten with the girl who won last week. So, yeah. Bless you guys. Bless you guys. All right. Love you. Love you. You guys have a great weekend, rest of the week. See you soon. Remember to hit that like button. Subscribe, you guys. And work on those WIPs. Merry Christmas in July. Ta-ta for now. Love you. Bye-bye.